Why in the world am I pursuing a PhD at 53? Do y'all have a minute? I teach math every day to my students, but truly I teach responsibility. Every day I ask my students, whose life is it? And they respond, my life. To them, math is the vehicle I use, but the lesson truly is ownership. And so here it was, 53 years old. It's always been a dream for me to pursue my PhD, to earn it, to actually have that degree. And I often wondered, if you're like me, have you ever possibly talked yourself out of pursuing a goal because of your age? I'm 53 years old and I've been teaching mathematics for over 20 years, and every day I stand in front of young people and ask them a simple question: whose life is it? And every day they answer, it's mine. Then I tell them, if it's your life, then take ownership of it. Don't let fear make your decisions. Don't let excuses make your decisions. Don't let other people make you choose poorly. But one day I had to ask myself if I was living what I was teaching. You see, somewhere along the way, I developed a dream of earning a PhD, not because I needed another title, not because I wanted people to call me doctor. It was deeper than that. I love education. I love teaching. I love helping people believe in themselves. But there was a problem there. Did I truly believe in myself? I wanted to contribute something meaningful to the profession that has given me so much. But then the question started, the doubt. Trenee, aren't you too old? Do you really want to start a doctoral program now? What about your peace? Have you forgotten about your peace? How long is this thing going to take? What if you fail? Can you pay for it? And if I'm honest, some of those questions didn't come from other people. They came from me. At night, late at night, when things are still and silent, when nobody else was around, I think about the workload. I think about the reading. I think about the writing, the research. I think about balancing teaching, life, and school. And then I think about my age. 53 years old. Repeat after me. 53 years old. That's not young in the academic world. At least that's what I told myself. Then something happened. I started thinking about all the people in my life who inspired me. I thought about my mama, my daddy, both of which have passed away. I thought about my brother, who's truly an inspiration to me. He's earned his PhD and he is now a professor. I thought about my aunts, one of which has earned her PhD, and the other who spent her life as a music teacher. And I thought about Dr. Jett. She was that one person that I can recall in my professional career who took a chance and said to me, Trenee, you can do it. But I still had doubt. I didn't know if I could do it. Fear is temporary, but regret can stay with us forever. Then I thought about my students. How could I stand in front of them every day and tell them to chase their dreams if I wasn't willing to chase mine? How could I ask them, whose life is it, if I wasn't taking ownership of my own? So you know what I did? Dr. Jett told me, said, listen, this is where I graduated from. I graduated from University of North Carolina at Greensboro. It's a wonderful program. I think you would be a perfect fit. Again, I had my doubts. I heard what she said. And so what I chose to do was I applied. I applied to that one school. I said to myself, if I get in, I get in. If I don't, I don't. Either way is God. And I can still remember clicking on that email and seeing that acceptance letter. And there it was. I got accepted. Can you believe that? Because it was hard for me to believe. Y'all, I sat there. I smiled. I shed a few tears. And I said, all right then. Here we go. God, I thank you. And for a moment, I thought about every setback, every doubt, every obstacle, every voice, including my own, that told me I couldn't do it. And I realized something. The dream wasn't over. My story wasn't over. My purpose wasn't over. At 53 years old, God was still opening doors. So if you're watching this and you're wondering whether it's too late to go back to school, start a business, write a book, change careers, or pursue a dream you've carried for years, let me tell you what I've learned. As long as you're breathing, your story is still being written. Your age is not the end of your story. It's part of your story. Did you hear what I said? It's part of your story. And maybe everything you've been through has prepared you for the very thing you're supposed to do next. That's why I started my PhD journey at 53, not because I feel as though it's going to be easy. I know it's going to be tough. Not because it's going to be convenient, because I know I'm going to have to make some adjustments. But because it's my life, and every day I remind my students of something that I now remind myself. Whose life is it? It's yours. Now let's go live it.